Welcome back to part 2 of Oombawka Design Crochets Everblooms hat pattern. We're going to continue now with round 7. We've just finished round 6 in part 1. So part 1 was rounds 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And so now we're going to continue on with round 7. So before we begin with round 7, from this point on, you will be turning after each round from this point until the final round of the project, okay? So keep in mind, before we were just going in the round, right? This time we're going to end up turning our work like this, back and forth, okay? And you'll see how that works out here in a bit. So round 7, what we're going to do now is round 7 is going to start off our half double crochets, okay? All these were double crochets. The next stitches that we're going to be working with are going to be half double crochets. So again, this is your right side and this is your wrong side. So you have this little tail here to let you know that this is the wrong side. We'll be working on the right side, then we'll be working on the wrong side, then we'll be working on the right, because we'll be turning our work back and forth, okay? So starting off with round 7, we're going to chain 2. We're doing a chain 2 because we are working with half double crochets. So chain 2 does not count as a stitch, just like the chain 3s did not count as a stitch. We are going to make 2 half double crochets in the next stitch. So just like we were making 2 half double crochets in the stitch where the slip stitch is at and the chain 2 comes out of, we're going to make 2 half double crochets in there. And the way that we make half double crochets is you're going to yarn over, go into your stitch, draw up a loop and bring it right back out, leave it on your hook, you're going to yarn over, and you're going to go through all 3 loops on your hook. You've just made your very first half double crochet. We're going to make another one, so you're going to yarn over, go back into that same stitch, and make that second half double crochet. Okay? And then what we're going to do is we're going to skip the next stitch. So this is our next stitch, and we're going to make 2 half double crochets in this stitch. So you're going to yarn over, go straight into that stitch, draw up a loop, leave it on your hook. You have 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, and go through all 3 loops. You're going to make 2 double crochets, so you're going to go back in that stitch and do the same thing. Okay, we are not chaining 1 in between the 2 half double crochets. We're going straight from 1 half double crochet. You're skipping a stitch, and you're going to go right into the next stitch and make those 2 half double crochets. So there's 1, going back in there, and there's number 2. We're skipping a stitch, and the next stitch we're going to make 2 half double crochets. So here's 1, go back into that stitch, there's 2. You're going to skip a stitch, and you're going to make 2 half double crochets in the next stitch. There's 1, there's 2. Skip the next stitch and make 2 half double crochets here. There's 1, and there's 2. Skip your next stitch and make 2 half double crochets in the next stitch. 1 and 2. Skip your next stitch, make 2 half double crochets in this stitch. There's 1 and there's 2. And we're going to keep repeating that all the way around. So you should have 1 skip stitch in between 2 half double crochets in 1 stitch. Okay, and I'll see you at the end of this round. Okay, so at the end of this round, you should have 1 skip stitch here, okay? Because we did 2, skip 1, 2, skip 1, 2, skip 1, 2, skip 1. So that pattern should keep repeating itself at the end. Okay, so you have 2, skip 1, 2, skip 1, 2, skip 1, okay? So again, we will be joining to that first half double crochet. We're not going to join in that chain 2, okay? So you're going to go ahead and you're going to go underneath that first front and back loop, and you're going to do a slip stitch, okay? So now, round 8, actually the end of round 7, it says slip stitch to join, which we just did, And now we're going to turn our work. So the way that you turn your work is just like you're turning a page in the book, right? Your hand is under the page and you flip the page. You flip the page. That's how we're going to turn our work. So you put your hand under your work, turn it, and readjust your hands and your needle. So now we're on the wrong side. So round 8 through round 22, it says we're going to chain 2. So you're going to 1 and 2, and you're going to skip all stitches not mentioned. Okay, so basically, I don't even know why they put that in there. So whatever stitch they don't mention, you're going to skip it. So you're going to make 2 half double crochet in the space between the next 2 half double crochets. Okay, so here's our next 2 double crochets. I'm sorry, those are half double crochets. So here is our next 2 half double crochets, right? Okay, right here. So what you're going to do is you have 1 half double crochet here and you have 1 half double crochet here. You're going to go in between those two, ensuring that you pick up the front loop, the back loop, and the third loop of your half double crochets, because half double crochets have 3 loops, right? You have the front loop, the back loop, and the third loop. This is the wrong side. So if we were looking at it from the right side, it would be front loop, back loop, and third loop. Okay, you see that right there? Okay, so we're working this way. So long as you go under all the 3 loops. So again, you're going to go in between the 2 half double crochets. So here's one here, there's one there. Insert your hook in between those 2 and make 2 half double crochets in that space. So there's one, go back in there and make 2. You're going to go into the next set of half double crochets. Here's 1 and here's 2. You're going to go in there and you're going to split those up, and you're going to go in between those 2 half double crochets and make 2 half double crochets. Again, you're going to skip the stitch. You're not working in there. You're going to go ahead and go into these next 2 half double crochets. Here's 1 and here's 2, and you're going to go ahead and insert your hook in between those 2, making sure you're under all 3 loops. You see I'll have 1, 2, and 3, and make 2 half double crochets in there. 1 and 2. Again, here's the next set of 2 half double crochets, and you're going to go in between these 2 and make 2 half double crochets. 1 and 2. Okay, and we're just going to keep repeating that all the way around. So I'm going to go ahead and continue my work, and I will see you at the end of this round. Remember, you are working 2 half double crochets in between the set of 2 half double crochets of round 7. Okay, we're working round 8, so you are working in between the 2 half double crochets that were made in round 7. You're working in between those 2, and you're making 2 half double crochets in each of those. And I'll see you back at the all right, so now I'm at the end of round 8. I'm at my last pairs of 2 half double crochets. I'm going to zoom in here for a little bitty. Okay, so if you can see, this is my last pair. You have 1 and 2. Just following the pattern, we're going to go ahead and make 2 half double crochets in between these 2 here. So here's 1 half double crochet, and here's my second. And now what we're going to do again, we're going to slip stitch to join, but we're not going to slip stitch in that chain 2. We're going to come to this very first half double crochet here, insert our hook, there we go, yeah, slip stitch to join. Okay, and now we are going to turn our work. So we were working on the wrong side, so now we're going to turn our work again. Remember how I said put your hand underneath your work, just like you're going to flip the page in a book, right? And just turn it like that. Okay, at this point, we're going to chain 2, 1 and 2, and we're just going to repeat that pattern. So we worked round 8. We're going to work round 9 again. Round 9, what we're going to do is we're going to work 2 half double crochets in the middle of these 2 half double crochets here. So we're going to insert our hook right in the middle of those 2, and we're going to make 2 half double crochets in each around. I'm going to zoom out so you can see what I'm doing. And just like the last 2 rows or the last row, I'm just simply inserting my hook in between the pairs of the 2 half double crochets that we made in round 8, and I'm making 2 half double crochets for round 9. And when you do that, it makes these really cute little V looking pattern. And these are all nothing but half double crochets we're making. Okay, so we're going to keep working in this pattern, and I will meet you back at the end of a few rounds. So I'm going to keep working a few rounds, and then I'll come check back and see, and I'll let you know what round I'm at that moment. We have to work rounds 8 through 22 in this manner. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm at the end of round 9, and again, all we've been doing is we've been working 2 half double crochets in the center, in between 2 of the previously half double crochets that were made in the previous row. Okay, so I'm on my last stitch. I'm going to go ahead, or my last set of half double crochets. So we just have 1 here and we have 1 there. I'm just going to go ahead and make 2 half double crochets in the space between those 2 stitches. And now again, I'm not going to slip stitch in the chain 2. I'm going to go into my first half double crochet and I'm going to do a slip stitch to join. Okay, we're going to go, so we were working on the right side here. So I'm going to go ahead and turn my work again, just like a page in a book. I'm just going to flip it over, and now we're working on the wrong side. Okay, so we should chain 2, 1 and 2, and we are going to work 2 half double crochets in between these 2 here. So I'm simply inserting my hook in between those 2, and I'm making 2 more half double crochets. Keep in mind when you're inserting your hook into these 2 half double crochets that you are completely going underneath the 3 loops of the existing half double crochet. So there's 1, there's 2, and there's 3. Okay, 3 loops. Here's 1, there's 2, and there's the 3rd one. Again, we're making 2 half double crochets in each of the previously made half double crochets of the previous round. So this is round 10 for me, and I'm working into the stitches of round 9. Oh, I don't like the way that came out. I'll have to work in between the 2 so it's right there. So my suggestion would be, because since I've made one already like this, the pattern tells you to work rounds 8 through 22, and then you're going to work round 23 and 24. 8 through 23 are basically the same, okay? But for rounds 8 through 22, while you're working it, I would put it on from time to time to see how low it goes, because if I would have worked mine, I stopped on round 21 because for me round 21 was already at underneath my eyebrows on the front. So if I would have gone those extra rounds, it would definitely have covered up my eyes. Okay. So I would like to not have that happen. So I stopped on round 21, and then round 22 was my last round. So just keep trying it on, and if you're happy with the length of it, you can continue working all the way to 24. Okay. But go ahead and keep working, and I will come back to a part 3 once I finish making all the rounds that we need to make. All the rounds from 8 through 22 are going to be exactly like this. Okay, don't forget that you're going to end up doing a chain 2 and then turning, actually you're going to join with the slip stitch, chain 1. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. You're going to join with the slip stitch, you're going to turn it, and then you're going to chain 2, and then you're going to start working immediately into the pairs of half double crochets, and you're going to put 2 half double crochets in each of the previous half double crochets of the previous round, just like I'm doing here. Okay, so I will see y'all for part 3, where we will continue working it, and hopefully we will finish it. Again, this pattern is from Oombawka Design Crochet. It is called the Everblooms hat pattern, and you can find it on her webpage, oombawkadesignCrochet.com. And I will see you back for part 3.